Hi guys, Alec here. Okay, so today we're going to do a stock count, and stock count can be extremely difficult, but we know it's very important. So we want to make sure it's as easy as possible. Um, so focusing on the counting more than the actual capturing side of it is actually quite important. Not something we always get right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to do a stock count through MySuppliers, and obviously this plugs into any Pastel partner or Sage 50 cloud database. Okay, so let's quickly get just an overview of the backend of this specific demo database. So there are only 4 items in this database that are physical of nature, meaning you'll only count 4 items if you do a full count. However, what I want to do is I want to focus on a cycle count principle, because cycle counts is something that's more achievable than trying to do a full count. Okay, so there are only 4 items in here. I'll quickly show you just by going into this edit option and going into item file. You'll see there are only 4 items that are physical of nature. So it's going to be it's item 1, 2, 3, and other. The rest are not specifically inventory related, and that's a services item. Okay, these are dealt with as assets, which is something else we work with items, something I'll do in a later video. All right, that helps you with your property, plant, and equipment asset register. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a cycle count. So what I do first, I'm going to say select my type, stock count. So obviously I don't have to select the supplier's name. Why? Well, because it's not against the supplier this has been brought in. It's just the stock count of stock already on hand. Okay, so I'm going to call this reference something like cycle count 1, or let's take today's date. Let's just take it like something like 25/02/25. Okay, so that's already predated, and now we go to details. So the other thing also that's nice about it is we've preloaded a template. That means you can actually load your cycle count templates so to give your team the insight on what they have to count so that they don't have to go and guess. So on this, actually, I've created 2 cycle counts. I'm just going to use cycle count 1. So stock cycle count 1 lands 2 items, item 1 and 3, and I've intentionally skipped item 2 so that you can see you can do a full stock count on your snapshot creation, but still only bring in half. Okay, so obviously I've done some preempt work here because this is a demo database. This is not real data. We're just trying to do a demo here. So I already know what the stock is on hand within Pastel. So I'll show that to you quickly just on the screenshot I did. Oh, sorry, jumping around a bit now. Okay, there we go. So that's the stock on hand. Item 1 is 10,718. That's an item valuation, a quantity value, or item quantities at least. And then item 3 has 3,380. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to act as though item 3 is fully in stock, 3380, but item 1, I'm going to put a 10,700. Okay, so let's go for it. Okay, so 10,700 and a 3380. Okay, and that's it. Process and clear. That creates a little importable file. Also tells me that's the file that's been created through the actual app. I'm going to go over into my demo database in Pastel. Okay, so now process. Okay, count inventory. Okay, do you want to rebuild? Yeah, it's always a good practice just to rebuild batches. Process. It's a small database, so it'll go very fast, like you saw. All right, now I'm going to take a snapshot, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a snapshot of everything. So that's obviously going to give me a snapshot of all items. All items have been snapshot. Okay, now continue, and I'm going to jump over this option. I'm just going to say import a text file. Next, and I'm going to select here. The imported quantities will replace any quantities which already have on hand. Obviously, it's that one. And the item identifier is the first option, which would be the inventory code, not a barcode. I'm going to browse for it. Okay, just go to my BI environment, MySuppliers stock count, and there's that little file. It's 25. Open. Next. Process. Okay. Now it says print variance report. Yes, I just want to print this to screen. Okay. Okay, so now we can see 18 has been written off like we expected. And here, nothing has been written off. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And now I can process. So what's nice about it is you can do a full stock count snapshot. You don't have to do a selection if you want to do a cycle count like a interim selection or a alphabetic selection. You can do a full snapshot but still do a partial count, and it will handle it very well because as you saw there, item 2 and other items were not affected at all by this actual count. Just say next. When do you want to process this? So I want to do this obviously on today's date. Next, process. And that's it. Okay, so now we can obviously see also here view in our item valuation. That's fine. We'll see on screen. Let's just do a code. Okay, and there you can see 10,700, 750, but there's a 3380 item 3 still. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And yeah, MySuppliers really helps for stock counts, especially this time of the year where it's almost year end, but always a very important aspect of our business to count our stock. Okay, guys, thanks. Bye.